So I've prepared a bit of prelude music for us that I recorded yesterday. So can you all see this picture of me? All good? All right. And I'm just gonna point out for all our viewing pleasure, down here, can you see my mouse circling? That's our foster dog that we're currently fostering. And she got to enjoy a little Bach prelude music as I recorded yesterday. So this is the Bach G major prelude. Oh, thank you. So I just want to introduce ourselves. So I'm Elizabeth. I hail from Michigan, and I'm a second-year doctoral viola major here at University of Georgia in the Hugh Hodgson School of Music. And I'm doing a little side research involving food insecurity and how music can better serve that issue we're facing. And for those of you, do you guys, are you familiar with the viola as a solo instrument? You can feel free to unmute if you're comfortable. Otherwise, the viola is just, I actually have it right here. You saw it in the video. It's kind of like a mix between violin and viola, so it's held upright. Sorry, it's a mix between violin and cello. So I get to play up high on the fingerboard, and I play a lot of the high melodies, but I also have low strings, and I fill in a lot of those low notes, like what Nancy was speaking to about her playing the cello. So I really love playing the viola and getting a lot of those rich harmonies, filling in the orchestra or the string quartet. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me, and I will pass the microphone to Mandy to tell you about her instrument.
Hi everyone. Um, my name is Emin. I am actually from Hong Kong. Like I grew up and born and raised there, and I am right now studying at UGA. My master doing second year master doing collaborative piano. So for those don't know what is collaborative piano, it is a fancy word for accompanying. So basically, I accompany for or I collaborate with different instruments like viola, or later on you will see, or different voice. It can be like an opera singer, it can be choir, anything. I really love enjoy playing the piano with with other instrument or musicians because to me it is like uh, making magic with another person, just like making magic in music, and it's really fun. Um, yeah, and fun fact about me too is I actually have two kids, so going to school and two kids, and I also teach piano at home. So really fun. Um, yeah, what I do at home. Also, I moved to Jefferson, Georgia. I don't know if you're familiar. It's like 30 minutes north from Athens. I moved there about 2 or 3 years ago. So now I'm local and I love going to Athens. So I will pass the microphone to Dan.
Hi, everyone. My name is Dan. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Um, so I am from Massachusetts. I am also a long way from home. And I am a first year doctoral student in saxophone. So you may have heard jazz saxophone before. Has anyone heard jazz saxophone or maybe like Careless Whisper or Baker Street, like any of those really famous saxophone songs? Yeah. So I actually play classical music on saxophone, which is a little bit different, and you'll see a little bit of that later. But we'll explore the jazz side of that as well. Um, yeah, so I actually have my saxophones right here. I have two, so let me show you. I gotta go grab one. It's right here. So this one is an alto. This may be kind of what you're used to. Doesn't have its neck on right now, but this is the alto. It's kind of like a middle range saxophone, and it's actually somewhat similar to Elizabeth's instrument, the viola, in that it kind of fills out the middle of whatever ensemble we're in, and we get to play like those really rich harmonies. And then I also have, I'll hold them up next to each other, a soprano. So this is the soprano. If you've ever seen Kenny G, that is the instrument that he plays. So it's straight actually. So you'll see the alto is curved and then the soprano is straight. And then actually they also make curved sopranos too, which are like really tiny, but mine's straight. So yeah, that's about me and about the saxophone. And I think Mandy, you have a video for us, right?
Yes, thank you. I also want to acknowledge our teacher, which is joining us today. Her name is Dr. Stepanova, and just so you know, she's here. And so what we're gonna do is we are going to uh, give you a virtual tour of our School of Music. And Dan is actually moving, and he's right now setting up and going to give us a tour. Oh, actually, not tour yet. Is sorry about that. We are going to watch a video about our school first, and then we'll do the tour.
Yes, so can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes, so we just wanted to give you all a glimpse into our beautiful facilities and show you. I mean, I found this video very inspirational, and um, we we spend most of our lives in this School of Music facilities, and I personally have my classes online now that COVID-19 has been changing so much around us. So I zoom into everything, but this is it's a beautiful video that just will give you guys a glimpse into what is the norm for our lives at the School of Music. So here is the video.
I think first and foremost, people who go into this profession, they truly love music. So I see that in all of my students. The purity of their passion for the profession is very inspiring. Yeah, just in many ways, they keep it very alive.
I think that people are bigger than they know. Students are amazingly creative. They exceed my expectation in what they can think about and what they can do.
It takes a dream. It takes perseverance in that dream. It takes persistence. It takes dedication.
We're focusing on their command of the instrument. We really encourage creativity, and we encourage them to take ownership of their own performances.
But when you teach, you're dealing with a human being with a spirit and a soul. You have to have the courage to dig deep and say what you know and what you don't know.
It's inspiring to see your students improving and working with them, helping to inspire them. That also inspires me to want to practice. So I can play for my students and I can be a great example for my students.
I just want to do the best I can for the kids that are here. Hopefully challenge them, push them. You're not going to get better unless there's somebody on your back pushing you and do it better and do it better. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
In the long term, I think all of them want a fulfilling, satisfying, interesting life in music, and that's what we prepare them for.
My hope for the School of Music is to be a part of social change for the world, to make the world better. I mean, ultimately, that's what art does.
So there was a small glimpse into our world. Oh no!
Okay, so I'm going to transit you to Dan, who is going to be giving us a virtual tour of our school, and I just spotlight him. Hi, Dan.
Hello. So I'm outside on the Arts Quad right now. So move the camera over here. So if you see those chairs right there, it's actually the dance department that is putting together a performance that they're doing in a few weeks, I think like maybe 2 Saturdays from now. So they rehearse out here on Thursdays and Fridays, basically to social distance and rehearse at the same time. So let's keep walking. Right here, this building is the Performing Arts Center. And a lot of that footage that you saw in that video was in there in Ramsey Hall. We can't go in there right now, but we can go into Edge Hall, and we're going to do that in a little bit. So this is a nice little view of the School of Music. There's the text saying Hugh Hodgson School of Music. And let's take a quick walk. See the front, or not the front, but the side entrance to the School of Art. So you can see that all of the art students are kind of clustered over here, and it's really nice. It allows for collaboration if people want to do that. And then there's also the Museum of Art right here. It's readily accessible to anyone. It's open to the public. It is also free for entry, and it's actually open right now. Well, maybe not right now, but it is open throughout the semester, and you can go in. You just have to look up the hours. So yeah, there's a lot of great stuff in there. I've been in there, and I think they're adding new stuff all the time too. So let's take a walk inside the School of Music now. And with everyone social distancing and stuff, sometimes you'll see people actually practicing on these benches. There's a little bit more limited use of the practice rooms than we're used to. And we'll take a look at the practice rooms after we take a look at some other stuff first. So this is the 3rd floor lobby of the School of Music. There's a nice little painting up there that I really like with a bunch of Athens people. I think there's like some REM references and other stuff like that. All right. This is the back entrance to the recital hall. So excuse me a minute while I find my key. All right. So this is backstage. You can see stairs, chairs and stands right here. And when you're performing, they open this for you. You come out on stage, and here's what it looks like. Hopefully the camera is focusing nicely. Here's what it looks like when you're performing on the Edge Hall stage. Right now I'm standing right in front of the piano, which we'll get a nice huge view of when we go into the audience view later. So yeah, when we're performing for you, this is what we see. Now let's go into the audience view. You'll get a better view of the stage. So when you're sitting down, you're seeing a performance in Edge. Here's what you see. Oh. So that piano is a 9-foot piano, I believe, and it's a Steinway D. I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, piano players.
Dr. Stepanova is nodding yes. She is saying yes, Steinway D, 9 foot.
Okay, yeah, 9-foot Steinway D. And Steinway is a very, very famous American piano maker. And we have a lot of Steinway pianos here, and they're really, really nice. Yeah, so that's it in the recital hall. Let's exit through the front.
So you guys will, later when we will share some more recordings with you, we'll see, you'll see Mandy and I having recorded in that exact hall that Dan just showed you.
Yeah, and then right outside Edge Hall, we have the music library. It's just a bunch of stacks of books, but we keep a lot of sheet music and a lot of journals and stuff there. So now, let us head on down to a practice room. And in the School of Music, we actually have quite a lot of practice rooms, especially compared to other music schools I've been to. I believe we have around 70. And there's somewhere between 600 to 700 students. I might be wrong about that, but it's plenty for most of our students. So right here, there's a normal practice room. These two are actually harp rooms because we have some harp majors. But let's go in the normal practice room and see what that looks like. So I'll turn this down. So here's what a typical practice room looks like. Somewhat small, but I guess that's what you have to deal with when there's 70 practice rooms. You have to fit it somehow. But there's like acoustic paneling on the walls. It's really nice. There's a mirror too, if you want to like look at your technique when you're practicing. And there's a piano in almost every practice room. You'll see there's the Steinway logo right there. This is a much smaller upright piano, however. But our pianos are all kept in very good condition, so any piano you find in a practice room is still gonna sound good. All right, let's head on over to a classroom now. And this is actually the classroom that I was in before. I'm gonna play from a little bit too. Find my key again. All right. Yeah, so this is all my stuff, but here, if you're teaching a class, this is basically what it looks like. So we have a little bit less desks in here right now, just because of social distancing and all that. But some things of note are we have really great technology set up that everyone can use. Here's another piano. This is a baby grand piano. It's kind of in between an upright and the really big one we saw in the recital hall. And then you'll see this in every classroom too, which is really handy. You need to sort of demonstrate some musical concepts. You can write them on this staff whiteboard right here. And yeah, so we saw classroom, practice room, and the recital hall. I'm gonna move back to my computer.
That's great, Dan. Thank you so much for giving the tour. If anyone has questions, feel free to ask them now if you have them, or put them in your pocket for later, and we'll have a time for a Q&A at the end. And now we will do some more music, and Mandy is going to tell us a little bit about the next piece.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Dan, for the tour. So for a little eye breaks, because my eyes got it's a little moving around, but it's really fun. I feel like I was in the School of Music. So I want to introduce to you guys two pieces that we're gonna play. Me and Elizabeth, we have pre-recorded some pieces for you to listen today. And the first and the second one is actually by the same composer. His name is Robert Schumann. If anyone heard of him or not, he was born more than 200 years ago, a German composer that is really successful. And we picked this song. It's called American Builder, and in English, it means fairy tales pictures, and it's really fun because we picked from two movements. That means two pieces. So the first piece is a really fast-paced, really exciting piece, and to me, it sounds like circus, and maybe to someone else, to Elizabeth, could be something else. So something awesome about music is it can be a piece that you feel one thing, but the other person feel different things. So maybe you will feel differently when you listen to as well. And the second piece we're gonna play for you is I guess like we call it, somebody say it is related to Sleeping Beauty. So that means it's a really slow lullaby song. To me, it can relate to me because I have two kids, and I always think about how lullaby, helps people's kids sleep. But to me, my kids don't sleep with lullaby. Like, I don't know, like they don't really sleep that well. But when I listen to this song, it reminds me of the peaceful feeling when a baby actually sleeps. And when I just something that I really want you guys to do, would love for you to do is if you can get out a sheet of paper and pencil, or or you even on your phone if you want to do that, and just write down the things you feel or things that come up when you hear those music, because I would love to hear that.
Okay, so this is the fast pace. This is movement 2 of the fairy tale pictures that Mandy and I recorded together. right, so that was one of the movements. That was the fast, exciting one. And now we have for contrast, we have well, the one we like to call the lullaby. So I'm just going to pull that up now. Okay, here that is. Thank you all for listening. That was our take on the Schumann, American Builder. So
Nancy,
now,
do you have any questions so far?
No.
Awesome. So if not, we're gonna hand it over to Dan. He's going to perform for us some pieces.
Good.
Hi, so I have my soprano out. So before I play a recording, I also pre-recorded some stuff. I'm going to do a short activity with a Bach piece that I've prepared. And might sound similar to the viola playing we heard earlier. A lot of his music kind of has that same sort of quality to it. So I'm going to play it first normally. So just kind of looking at the music on the page. And just like the first few phrases or so. So that was my best sort of classical music interpretation of that. So one thing that I really, really like about Bach is that pretty much what you see is what you get. There's not a lot of instructions, so we have to kind of look for the hidden music that's behind the music when we're looking at it. So I mentioned earlier about jazz saxophone. I actually used to want to be more of a jazz saxophonist, and then I kind of made the switch to classical. So I still feel like that's like in me in some sense. So I feel like I can hear the jazz in Bach a lot too. So I'm just gonna play it, swing it a little bit, maybe add some other stuff, and hopefully you can hear the jazz in Bach too. Yeah, so I added some extra stuff in there, but when you start to swing Bach, I feel like it kind of takes on this new life of its own. So now let's go to the recording of just the normal kind of playing, and I'll play the whole piece.
sure, I'll pull that up. That was really cool hearing that with all the ornaments you added in, and yeah. I wonder if anyone actually performs Bach like, I mean, probably not.
I don't know,
But
you'd be surprised.
yeah. Okay, so here is the full version of that little excerpt that Dan was just playing for us. Wow.
Thank you. And I have one more piece for all of you. It's actually on alto, so you'll get to hear that too. It's by a composer called Siegfried Karg Ehlert, and it is a tanghetto, which means a little tango. So has anyone ever heard of tango before? You've probably heard the phrase, it takes two to tango. So let's think about that for a second. Think about someone who is like really special to you, who you would love to like dance the tango with, someone who you just like have so much joy when you're with. And I want you to close your eyes when you're listening to this. You don't have to keep them closed the whole time, but just try to visualize that person and just picture like having fun dancing a tango with them. Thanks.
I enjoyed that piece. I felt like it was kind of flirtatious and, I mean, like playful, but also flirtatious and kind of almost sneaky in a way, too. It's
Yeah,
really
it's like
fun, though.
it's like a German's take on a tango, I guess. He's a German composer.
Great. Well, folks, that's the music that we have prepared for this event, and we hope that you enjoyed it. And if you guys want to share, did you guys think of any? Mandy prompted an activity just to remind you, for our American Builder, or if you want to share any thoughts, reflections. We'd love to hear back from you, Nancy and Kathy, and even Nikayla. Like, we're just so happy to share our music with you. So
I'll share. I did write down my several feelings I had as you asked us to do for the Schumann pieces. And I think they're probably very common reactions, but the movement too was very energetic and joyful and also almost ecstatic. I kept moving with it, and it was almost exhausting. Breathtaking, I wrote. So I was happy because I was happy for the lullaby movement 4. It was calming and relaxing and de-stressing, which I can use a lot these days, and kind of a renewal of spirit and peaceful. Yes, I really like that.
wonderful.
I really enjoyed hearing the saxophone numbers that Dan did. My son in high school and a little bit in college played saxophone, and so it's kind of close to my heart. I guess the only questions I would have, and I don't know whether you want to share this or not, but I found myself wondering what's in the future for you. What are your aspirations? What are you heading towards? Or maybe you don't know yet.
Well, me personally, I hope to, I feel like I'm in a bit of a transitional stage. These last few months have been really, there's been a lot of change for me, personally. I know I'm keeping music in my life 100%. I wanted to stick on the track of either audition for an orchestra or go to try to be a college professor for viola, and I would love to keep those options in my life, but lately it's honestly a big part of this course that I'm taking with Dr. Stepanova, and with the assistantship that I have, it's a lot to do with interdisciplinary studies and just creative ways to solve the issues that our world's facing. And I want to do something through music that can be helpful in solving a lot of the world's crises today. And so just a lot of outreach and community engagement would just be, I just really want that to be a part of my future for sure.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I love it.
That's very exciting to combine. Thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Nancy. I was thinking about when you talk about the Schumann second movement. I forgot to say that people think that that movement is related to Rapunzel, like the story of Rapunzel, and just think about that, like that rhythm to me sounds like Lin Fly, like that whatever guy was like riding horse to save her. That was how I feel. It was, because my kids watch tango all the time, and about my future, it's a little tricky because I start school while I have two kids. So my youngest is 3, my oldest is 5 right now, and and I also teach piano. So I will probably keep teaching piano, but probably not full time because I realize that I want to be a part of my kids' life more, after school hours. And I love accompanying, so I really hope to continue that in my career or anything that future holds. And also, I'm a mom, so maybe I'll keep doing a bunch of different gigs or part-time jobs, and maybe I will work like full-time job somewhere. I just keep everything open right now, all the options. Then you have to say.
It's a real challenge.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for my future, I guess I just started my doctoral program, and kind of when you start a doctoral program, I guess the idea for most people is that you're going to go on and become a college professor or something like that. And that would be probably like kind of the highest goal that I'm reaching for. But if I stumble upon something else on the way, I definitely won't say no. Like there's lots of different ways to be happy. I don't think that there's, that I need to exactly reach that goal to be happy. I just know that I want to do something that I can bring music to other people and also keep music in my life and still be happy doing that. And definitely, yeah, since taking this class, like Elizabeth mentioned, I've been thinking more about how we engage with the community and how important it is to engage with the community. I'm interested in, especially in like education, especially for people that, like, I actually didn't take private lessons until college. I didn't have like the funds, my family didn't. So I would like to, help other people, and like taking private lessons and really, really being able to learn an instrument deeply, I feel like is a really, it's just a great life experience to have. And I would like to give that to other people who may not have just the means to do that. And then also, like with the doctorate thing, I like science and stuff like that. I'm interested in like doing kind of like research in like basically nerdy saxophone stuff that I won't get into. So yeah.
Thank you.
Kathy, did you have anything to add?
She's got her mic off.
Yeah, she's muted.
Hopefully my dog doesn't bark. Yeah, the first block, I just pictured ladies in maybe the 18th century with big dresses and dancing around or whirling around. That's what I had in my mind when I heard that. And the second one, I just felt like it was so relaxing. Felt like I just want to lay down on the couch, close my eyes, and just listen. It was sweet, and like Nancy said, we needed that. We need that now, that relaxing music. But yeah, that's my thought. And of course, that's your dog, not mine. Yeah. I enjoyed the trumpet. It was very nice. And that's all.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Kathy.
And to add to what Kathy was saying, that second movement also made me think of like a field. I'd say a field of flowers, like children playing. It made me think of like in a movie when children are playing in slow motion, and it's just a very joyful moment. And then dance piece, the tango, it made me really miss normal times, because before all this happened, I was at UGA a lot, taking ballroom dance classes and tango classes at times. So it made me miss doing the tango.
Yeah.
You think about your tango partner when you were listening?
Yes. But this was really great, and I just want to say thank you, Elizabeth, thank you, Mandy, thank you, Dan, Dr. Stepanova. That was wonderful. Thank you all for reaching out to us and doing this community outreach for the Athens Community Council on Aging.
It's great. I really loved it.
Yes, thank you so much for having us, and thank you, Nancy and Kathy, especially for coming and being our two very special guests. And sorry about, you can see my dog's nose here. Sorry about that very loud bark there at the end, but it was a pleasure sharing this time with you guys, and I hope we can do it again soon.
Totally. And
Yes.
thank you so much, Nikayla, for setting it up and just
Welcome.
kind of like all the meetings that you've had with us, you know, just kind of to prepare us. And yeah.
Welcome.
Thank
Thank
you so much for
you.
having us.
So stay tuned, everyone. More to come.
Good. I'll look forward to it.
Bye.
Okay.